Wingbot died a
Oh,
couple minutes
guys.
ago.
I was talking to my sister-in-law about book things and stuff and mentioned she was asking about Raziel, that's why I was asking if he had a beard.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "Yeah, he's still around." And she was like, "Excuse me?" And I was like, "Yeah."
Weird.
That's so funny.
Didn't Flamel and Slunda see him? I don't know that we
Yeah,
interacted,
we
but,
saw
like, we
him.
kinda saw
He
that
was
he
at
was working on the
Borgnork's
show.
place. Yeah, he was at
Yep.
Like
Borgnork's place doing a broadcast when we were there.
Yep. So, like, we saw him, like
We didn't know who he
just,
was.
like, being in the same we saw that he like, on a camera or something.
Yeah, we saw him interacting with the hologram of Borknork.
Mhm.
Yep.
Alright, I restarted Wingbot.
Wingbot,
I
return.
don't know why it went down.
Nobody
I'm
should.
looking at the log lines and it's like, why? Why you die?
And Bot was just tired.
And Raziel.
Not me.
What?
It is possible. It
You
is
mean
possible.
a necromancer? And
Another Well, and someone trying to do stuff that's
both have connections. When one of them has a daughter that's heading to somewhere, and why would he want to keep tabs on where she is? What?
Are you
If you
implying that Raziel was there for that special? I mean, that's another option. Raziel was filming for Borknork purely to be in the same vicinity as Flamel. Is that the implication there?
What? What?
I feel so violated.
What? Why would Raziel do that?
Everything else too. This is just another one on the list. Oh yeah, I have problems with that too. I do have problems with all of those things. All of those are violations.
You know what isn't a violation?
A story initiative?
Yeah, between you, Cade, and Flamel.
Probably.
Which you is that?
Flamel is up.
So, Fated Talons kidnapped Slunda, which they will probably regret now. Kazoo's dead, and T-Bone's dead. Z, unfortunately, is alive, and so is their sniper robot, Palace.
Her face isn't there anymore, though.
What?
Her face isn't there anymore, though.
Oh, that's true. That's good. So, 3 Fated Talons down, 2 to go. You can probably take care of that. Bigger problem is that the Glassway, maybe, if the twins are telling the truth, it does track. It would make sense for them to be telling the truth. That the Glassway is a big prison. Apparently an alternate version of us is the Wardens. I do have complicated feelings about that. And Chronicler's a prisoner. Everybody here is a prisoner except for us. Maybe? Slightly unclear. Unfortunately, the bigger problem is that we are currently stuck in a tree. And I don't know that I successfully removed Chronicler's brain before that happened, so I'm not exactly sure. I'm also not sure if that was related to this whole tree situation or not. But yeah, we gotta make sure he doesn't escape from this prison, if it's a prison, and if he's a prisoner who is imprisoned justly. I don't know. I'm trying not to be evil, and it's really hard. I'm stuck in a tree.
An evil tree.
I don't know if the tree is evil. I'm in here, Slunda's in here, which makes the tree inherently less evil because of her presence. Bloop's here, which I guess makes the tree a little more evil. He is a little, but he's not. He's just not as uneval as Slunda. And then, yeah. I don't know if the tree's evil or not. I just don't like. Well, Chronicler's here, so that's not a great sign. Chronicler's in this tree too, right?
Yeah, Chronicler is.
Yeah. So that's not a great sign for the tree being not evil.
Wonderful.
Oh, wait. Is Asher, not Asher, is my robot child, who's currently unnamed, in this tree?
Nope.
Okay. At least that's good. At least. This time around. Well, no,
Yeah.
the robot child still exists. He's just a different person. Yeah, he's just a different person now. We haven't picked a name. We'll get to that. There's been a lot going on, and I'm trying to figure out how to not be as terrible of a parent as my dad. So anyway, back to the tree.
Wonderful. So, Cade and Ewan, you are standing here before this old, gray, gnarled tree. Smooth bark running up the length of it, with the faces of your companions and Chronicler set in the tree.
East. Oh,
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
bad.
it's creepy. It's Pocahontas' creepy grandma tree, great Deku tree, you know.
I have my back to Cade's because this place be creepy, and at least Cade is. I haven't really seen Cade much in a fight, but I presume that he's reliable. So
He does give you that. You can tell just by
He- he's
labels
a-
and stuff. He's military, so
yeah, he's military. I'm, I guess, paramilitary.
Yeah.
I guess. So yeah, I put my back to his, and can you
I mean,
guys
we're all sticking
respond?
out at like different points. I think. What was the description? Do I have that?
you're there at the center,
Uh,
Slunda.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm at the
But
center
I thought
reaching
she
out. Flamel's reaching out as if hands are holding something. Above is Chronicler. On the other side
Look at
from
the stat.
Chronicler is Tristari, frozen, trying to escape. Yeah, Flamel is slightly above, Bloop's below. Ooh.
Roll perception check for me.
And while he's doing that, quick question. Are we impaired other than being stuck?
Yeah, can we see, hear, talk?
Yes, I did ask you
No,
guys if you could respond.
No, there's no. We will get to you guys in a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so
Oh no. Dude. Oh great.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
and I'd like to do a perception for outside threats, because he's focused on them, right?
Sounds good. Yep. Go roll that. You won. Okay. As you inspect the tree more, there's the protrusions of your newly met acquaintances are seamless with the tree. The tree and them are one. There's no cracks in the bark or areas that you could see grafting had been done.
Is it as if we're like carved out of the tree almost, except for the tree wouldn't necessarily grow?
Not
grows-
carved out. It's you grew
like that
out
kind of-
it. Yeah, yeah,
Growing out.
But that's kind of connection where it's clearly one piece. Is
Yes.
what I mean.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yuan, as you're observing the rest of the area, looking out, you see this dead and decaying forest, gnarled roots protruding from the ground. You notice that all of the roots somehow seem to be interconnected with one another. Even roots from this tree that you're at go and reach over to others. In the other trees, you see faces of those frozen. Some trees are larger than others. No tree has any leaves on it. There's no leaves on the ground, just this weathered and decaying grass that sits below this dense layer of fog. Wind. It sounds like someone's whistling as the wind goes through and by and around the various trees. Every once in a while, you see this shadow-like visage blend into the wind, poking behind a tree and appearing behind another. Besides that, though, it is dead silent. Besides the sounds, the noise, and words that Kate is saying.
Okay.
This level of quiet is unnatural.
Is it quiet? Is it cold or warm? How is it environmentally?
There has a slight nip to it. You're not shivering, but when it blows, you feel like it could be. I mean, it matches the setting that you're in. You know,
Okay.
haunted woods on a late fall evening. It's chilly.
Alright, I'm going to, because this was a weird place, I'm gonna have my armor's turned on, so there is that dim light, that dim blue light near us. Although I'll let Cade know that if he thinks it better tactically to have that off, I will turn it off. And I will also cast Climate Adaptation on the both of us.
Okay. Lovely. Okay.
So just as like it's a cantrip, doesn't do a whole lot, but it's this place is kind of creeping Ewan out. He's trying to act unperturbed though, and so he's at least doing something.
Okay.
He has his weapons ready, shield up, but like looking around, and I have a next plan in action, but I assume you have something else coming. So.
Oh, what is your plan?
You
You just see these shadows popping around. It doesn't seem to be getting any closer.
That's a cantrip, right? Is that a cantrip? Yes, that's a cantrip.
Oh yes.
I'm going to
You're in the
also
forest.
cast, because it's a cantrip and it is nice, and I'm going to cast Detect Magic. It's concentration,
Okay.
for up to, I think, 3 minutes. So I can have it up for a while. Has a 60-foot range, cone shaped. Yeah. Ooh. Yes.
Correct. The surrounding area permeates with this magical aura. Everything seems to have some magic attached to it.
Okay. And it's just environmentally magic.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to uh kind of keep this up. I know that this doesn't, reading it carefully, it doesn't look like it'll let me defeat invisibility. But based on how dark it is here, this might let me, if something comes towards me with a higher concentration of magic, I'll probably be able to spot it before I can
Mhm.
really see it.
Yeah. Wonderful. Okay.
Yes. No. I would I wouldn't recommend touching the tree. From what I remember, he hadn't necessarily sold us out, but he was acting using Flamel's. He was presuming Flamel's authority as the knob to run part of the Glassway, and yes, just assumed similar title, I guess. Yeah, more towards. I'd say it's more like impersonating rank, maybe. Uh, oh,
Made aware of. I was broadcasting it to Slunda specifically. I don't think the rest of you got that.
so I don't
Because
know
she was
that
the only
either.
one who
Okay.
is. Because I was broadcasting it through the robot child.
So as far as we know, Chronicler is still a friendly. Yeah.
They do. All of the trees have faces. Looking more closely at them, no, they like more just they don't. Their features aren't as accentuated as 5 feet. Roll an attack for me.
Stabbing your face is a couple steps above what I was going to start testing, but okay. Well, I was going to first use my psychokinetic hand to toss a pebble at a tree.
Does that hit your kinetic armor class? Okay. As you go to stab the tree, excuse me, blade raised inches away from hitting it, you find yourself standing back in front of the tree that your companions are in. And the dagger, you have daggers, right? Yeah, dagger that you had glances off of your armor. Why would you want to hurt them? It sounds like the wind just blows by, and the soft voice carries. Curiosity is natural of those young ones.
I'm going to sheath most of my weapons and say, well, it sounds like our host has made an appearance at the very least. Uh,
You're home.
That's fair.
Which emperor do you serve? As you're speaking, you don't see anything, but it feels like a finger just being pushed up against your lips to calm your voice. No. It's okay. No need to worry. Not the winds. Sorry if that is concerning. It's just the soft breeze blows past you, Cade.
yes, neither of us, or I'll take another look at Kate as I say this. I presume neither of us are super well acquainted with disembodied voices, and I must admit that we are a bit unsettled by the appearance of the forest. We are not used to it. Ah, I also have not encountered such.
You can see as the wind begins swirling about 15 feet away from you, the mist begins to lift. That grayish-white fog slowly turning into a darker shadow that is darker than the rest of the surroundings. So you see this visage appear in front of you. Is this better? You can kind of make out, a woman. It seems like wearing a robe, but it's all various shades of black. A hood covering the head. Many call me mother. My friends have other names for me. But
That is
Madam would
commonly
work.
how...
What?
Madam? Okay.
Yes. The wind gives a little gust towards you as that shadowy figure sinks into the mist and appears 6 feet in front of you. I'm always welcome to making new friends. Pleasure to meet you, Cade, as she lifts her hand up, presenting it before you. It's not often that my own children, or those that aren't my own children, make it here.
Yes, we've. I'm just gonna raise my eyebrow towards Madam at this point, like seconding the question.
My children come in all shapes and sizes. So no,
Mm.
I'm not.
Well, I know that I at least have heard vaguely about this place from, uh, well, mostly the three mechanical ones.
Oh, I hope they spoke highly of it. I do my best to take care of
Uh,
these trees.
they do, from what I remember hearing, they're at least slightly disturbed by not being able to move, uh, like at all.
Ah,
But
yes.
I might be misinterpreting what they said.
One could take it that way if they are changed the very essence into, and the shadow sinks back into the mist and reappears back over by the tree of your friends, and just softly puts her hand against it. I could see those that think that this is immovable, but it's only immovable based off one's heart and where they last and where they sit, how they
Mm.
accept. They're only bound by themselves.
Having recently gone through an encounter that explored the depths of my heart, I understand to an extent.
Yes. It sounds
Uh,
painful.
it it was. Uh, if do you? I'm not quite sure how to word this question, but do you have any idea why we would be here at this time? And I'll gesture to myself and Cade.
You can hear some shifting in the ground, and you catch out of peripherals one of the large excuse me, one of the large roots of the tree begins to shift through the ground and snakes up, and you can tell it comes right behind you, not in an aggressive manner, but semi-forming this loose seat for you to sit in as she just motions for you, and Cade, the same for you.
While I would love to sit, I just remembered. Thank you for reminding me. Actually, I've been trying to practice sitting specially. Although this might not be the time for it. I apologize.
Oh no, please go ahead. If you are attempting something new that is improvement and growth on oneself, then I would not want to inhibit that.
Okay, DM. I'm gonna try. Not terribly hard. Last time I did that was with intense meditation, so I'm gonna just try sitting down
Okay.
on the air.
Okay. Roll a mysticism check for me.
Mysticism. What is my mysticism? Oh, okay, that's a good bonus.
So when we were motioned to sit, was it like chairs appear, or is she just saying?
Well,
like,
it's
sit
the
on
roots of the
ground?
tree. The roots of the tree have shifted and broken through some of the soil, rising up and making this pseudo rough chair.
Oh, I'll just say thank you very much, and I'll sit. And I'm like, are you going to sit? I feel like it's rude to sit if this is your home, and you don't also sit.
Ewan, as you begin just floating higher than you have before in the air now, one of the roots shifts and comes in between the three of you. Vines begin to interweave, making this naturally made table. As she appears right before the table, the mists surround or gather around her, forming kind of a stool as she sits down on it. You're the politest guest that I have had most recently.
Well,
I do appreciate that.
I'm very sorry that your other guests aren't, I guess, raised to be cordial. But no,
Unfortunately,
thank
not
you
all
for
of them.
having us. You haven't been very. I mean, you've been a good host. I'm very much sorry for how I started off
Dude.
the interaction. I was just very scared and confused, and that's.
Apology is accepted,
Thank you.
and it is strange to be one that is not familiar with the area. Can understand your fears and worries, but you are safe here. It's a mother's duty to keep those around her safe, her children, and I'm assuming her children's friends.
Thank you.
Well, that's very much appreciated.
Well, I'm very excited. I didn't quite manage to do this the last time I did it. So, I guess while so I guess my question remains of do you know how we arrived here? But there's a second and follow-up question. May we help you? I'm always up for helping people. That's part of the services I provide.
You see, her head lifts a little bit, and you can see kind of from the nose down, those blacks turning into darker purples to give some contrast in color. You see this very soft smile as you offer for help. My apologies that I didn't answer your question. Pardon me, my manners. How you ended up here? Well, I have quite honestly no idea. But she
Okay.
motions back towards the tree. If you are friends of them, then it doesn't surprise me that you have arrived here.
That does
Maybe
make a strange amount of sense.
I haven't been able to interact with my children directly. One of my daughters has been able to several times, but it isn't until recently that I've been able to. I'm not sure if some event has transpired outside of here that has allowed for this to happen, but that is the best guess that I have. There are several ways that you can help me, but many of them are quite a thing to ask somebody that you've just met.
He
I
pulls
wouldn't
out.
want to
He has a little
impose
notebook and a
myself.
tiny pencil, and he goes, "Well, I mean, it's at least worth considering."
You are indeed Very kind young man. How's you? As she shifts her head to or kind of gesture towards you, Yuan. Well, shall we, before I burden you with anything, should we get to know each other a little bit better? I think that might be more of a polite thing to do before you go on running about and doing work for a woman that you don't know.
That sounds fair.
Very good.
Drake says his computer died.
Oh no!
So, hang on a second.
Seeing as he's one of the conscious people. I mean, any
What's funny
obviously
is,
possibilities, but it's like
is Ewan is very much like, we have to be careful about this. I've heard about this. Kate is like, oh, it's just their mom. Oh, I can't believe I was scared. Of course it's going to be a scary thing like this in this weird world they're from, but they're some sort of weird tree monster stuff. Of course, this makes perfect sense. Everything else has been weird. Why not this? I'll get to know their mom.
You're gonna come out. Oh, I met your mom. You know, da 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 da. We don't share a mom.
I have a notebook. I'm like, really? Your mother had messages for all of you. And I look at Bloop and I go, Bloop,
To be fair,
I
though,
didn't
you
know
should also
were
remember when
robots."
Bloop was telling you how old he was and how not
That's
old
also
everyone else
true.
is in comparison.
That doesn't mean
It's true.
anything to Cade, who comes from a world that knows, we have a dragon king who's been around for a while, and dragons live to be really old, so why can't other things in space, like magic tree
Well-
ladies?
Well,
That's
one,
true,
because
that's
Bloop was
true.
older than you. Two, because we're all different things.
Technically, Bloop is not that much older than me.
Only like a couple hundred years, right?
Yeah, not really that much older. Not in my mind,
You
technically.
want Drake, are you here?
I am back. I don't know what
Ah.
happened.
Welcome back, my love.
My screen
Welcome
just
back.
went dark, and I'm like, ah.
Lingbot disconnected, but you're back. So
Oh, I did start Lingbot back up, so you should be able to reacquire.
I was wondering why it had
Okay.
gotten less creepy.
right.
It's because we're having a nice, cordial conversation.
We're having
Exactly.
Listen, Cade, I am imagining Cade is just sitting there very relaxed. There's probably like a saucer with like a teacup on it, and he's got his little notebook, and he's just ready to take notes. Like, be like,
Aw.
what do we need to do? What would you like us to do? I can't really promise anything, but if I can help, I can help.
And what he was just telling us while you were off, Drake, was, well, you could say, Cade,
Oh,
just about
yeah,
being like, oh, this is clearly their mom.
oh yeah, no. Cade fully believes, like, oh, this is obviously their mom. That makes sense. These people are weird. Oh, how else would they have gotten together like this? And if they're all robots and she's a weird tree shadow wind lady, of course, this makes so much sense. This is a weird world. They think Prometheus is a weird lich god. This makes perfect sense with everything else. It's not-
He's scumbled net Wonderland. That's what he's done.
Cade's mind is broken a little bit now. It's fine. He just
Meanwhile,
has to find
Elon-
what is it, like a point of reference. He has to create a point of reference to say, this is crazy. Like, I have to find that. He has not yet found it. He's adapting still. Might be better.
Meanwhile, Ewan is like, this is a negotiation, and
Yep.
I'm a mercenary. What's that famous phrase? The services can be exchanged for goods, or whatever it is.
Money can be
Uh,
exchanged for goods and services.
You can
yes,
buy anything
like-
in this world with money.
Yeah.
Okay, there's that one too. But he's like, I've offered my services. Sure, she can get a family discount since she's family
Our mom.
with. Well, she's family with an ally, so she's
Which-
technically an an allied force, so yeah,
And you're
there's
just considering that you're just like, oh, all my friends in this tree. Ah, that's fine.
well,
Is it normal?
thing is, he isn't getting the feel like he did make a attempt to get you out when he was talking about you guys not being able to move,
Mhm.
and it didn't sound like she was willing or able to wave her hand and let you guys loose. So right now he's gathering information.
Mhm. And we're just not cognizant, probably, or we'll find out later.
We're vibing.
You're
Oh, you
Yes.
are vibing. I need the three of you to a d20 for me.
Ooh, just a straight D20?
Yes,
Straight
just to see
D20.
which face screams.
That's a. Oh, wow, we are.
We're doing great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to die.
Let's see. So we've got Slunda. And then we have
You're just
And blue.
trees doing tree things.
They are. Slunda, I need you to think of a very happy memory that you have that started off happy, but maybe didn't end up being happy in the end. What's one of those things that would be happening to Slunda?
Probably. Like as a child, like playing in the woods and then like scraping a knee and having to come home or whatever. That sort of a thing.
Ooh.
Okay.
Symbolism. You are home
That was-
now.
I wasn't even thinking symbolism. I was just like, I don't know. That's what comes to mind.
Well, Mel, what about you?
This could just be any interaction with Nicholas, like the time when he finished building my next brother, or the time when I was bringing all my friends home and I was really excited for him to meet Slunda and stuff, and then he was just mean to me the whole time, and like told me I was broken.
Okay.
All of my interactions with him were like that.
Okay.
Every time I interacted optimistically with Nicholas, it always went badly.
What about you, Bloop? He is muted. Muted, I say.
Probably, I would say, leaving home for the first time and then getting attacked while he was on that ship.
Okay.
Oh.
So, we'll get to you guys here in about 10 minutes, okay?
Cool.
As this woman sits before you, Kate and Bloop.
You mean Cade and Ewan?
That's what I meant to say, yeah, Kate and Ewan. Sorry,
Bloop
Ma-
is suddenly there. Ewan's in the tree now.
my bad. You start to see the gathering of these small woodland creatures, small squirrels, chipmunks, birds, forming out of the shadows and appearing in the trees and on the ground, scurrying around. The table presents a little bowl at the center as the vines that make up the table begin to twist and turn, shifting around into a good-sized table there, or a good-sized bowl in the center of the table. These shadowy woodland creatures begin scurrying about, flying down and dropping various nuts and apples and small berries and fruits here inside the bowl. Each of them being a shadow at first before the shadow swirls within them and they manifest into solid pieces of fruit. In case you are feeling hungry, then please do eat.
It's very much appreciated.
Thank you. I do have some amount of trepidation because I'm unfamiliar with these surroundings.
Of course.
Are
of course.
these
natural? Everything is natural.
okay? I've heard stories of places where if you eat the food, you can't leave.
Oh,
I
yes.
look at him and I
Other
go,
cautionary
that sounds
tales.
ridiculous.
Those are ghost tales of lands beyond where fairies and other things try to steal your name. Oh no, I would never do that to you.
Okay.
No.
Ewan will take a handful and try a berry.
As you eat the berry, as soon as it touches your mouth, it turns kind of into ash and spreads throughout your mouth. The texture is very wrong, but it has the most delicious flavor of berry that you've ever eaten.
That is interesting. The texture's not what I'm used to or anticipating, but the flavor is good.
Glad you enjoy. Eat as much as you want, as this area, this garden provides, always provides. You watch as she goes and picks up this black apple and just begins softly eating it.
Now I have two who stuck in my head.
Kate doesn't eat any. He just goes, I appreciate the offer, but I will abstain. I have a vow I must honor, and that requires me not to eat.
I would not want you to break a vow. That would be dishonorable. And it's good to know that you have honor, my friend. Would you
Kate
care
looks
for any
just
drink?
genuinely pleased. She's like, yes, good.
Well, getting to know each other. Well, it's been a while since I've tried getting to know friends of my children. Where to begin? Where to begin? How did you all meet? I think that would be a good place to start.
I look at Ewan. I go, I'll take this first. I ended up in a
He
weird
waves his hand.
place, and I was asked to retrieve them by, and I point at Chronicler, like, he, Chronicler, is how he introduced himself. He asked me to do some errands for him. I did the errands. The latest one he asked me to do was to retrieve, and I motion at Ewan, and then I go, Ewan and your children. And I did, and then all sorts of tomfoolery erupted, and then I am here. So that is how I know your children. And I go, and I look at Ewan and I go, you probably have a more storied history with them.
Yes.
How many years have you known them?
I've got, let's see, one.
I wouldn't say years, but there has been some, as you put it, tomfoolery with time that makes it more on the order of months. But I met your daughters and I guess your son, Bloop there, a while ago. I'm a mercenary by trade, perform services for goods, or for money. Ewan said the right thing. Drake did not. And my job was to rescue Flamel and Slunda from capture as well as perhaps death. I'm not entirely sure. But I rescued them, and after a slight detour through the Glassway, which I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Glassway, but it's a little place outside of time.
I am familiar with it. Yes.
Okay. There were some stunts with going there and back out that completely messed up my perception of how long we've been together.
Mm.
Looped through there until eventually we did go and meet Flamel's father. Nicholas Flamel, on Mavrona until circumstances dictated that we leave there. I'll kind of lean over conspiratorially, say Flamel and her father aren't on good terms at this point.
I figured as much.
It is avidly writing in his notebook.
From there, there was another trip through the Glassway, which was unintended. More shenanigans ensued there. Flamel became the knob there, which was interesting. We arrived. When we left the Glassway, we arrived at my organization's erstwhile headquarters. My organization is Stole Sci-Fi. As I said, we perform services. And I don't
Would you
have a brochure
happen to
on me.
know one named? I think he goes by the Doctor.
Ah, yes. I'm friends with him. He's pretty cool.
Wonderful boy. Wonderful boy he is.
Is he one of yours as well?
Soft nod.
You have an extensive progeny,
DM,
madam.
what would I need to roll since there's not really a religion here?
Hmm.
Would this sound like any god or goddess that I had heard of? Seeing as I come from a time when the gods were still spoken of.
Mm-hmm. Roll a culture check.
And then from there, we were on our way. They decided to join me for a mission I have to perform to increase my own standing with my organization. We ended up in the Glassway, where there's some altercation going on there, but during the course of settling at least one part of that altercation, we got yoinked here. And that's the long story, incredibly short.
Being DM.
Huh. Still coming from the times of, yeah. I mean, running through your mind of the gods and goddesses, there is one that is. I mean, there's two, I guess. One's more of a minor deity. Alona, who is a goddess of fertility, forests, woodlands, and such. And then Shaia, who is more of a lesser known deity of the same things.
So that's Alona and Shaia.
Yep.
I'm just gonna go. I'm like, this might be rude since you introduced yourself as mother, but does the name Alona or Shaia mean anything to you?
been a long time since I've heard those names.
If you guys could just
Very
like
long
the
time.
camera just pans down to his notebook where it says goddess question mark, and then the question marks are x'd out, and then there's just like a check mark drawn instead. Okay.
Iwan, I feel ill prepared. I did not realize the extent of what you have done for my children. To saving them, rescuing them, keeping them safe and protected. I don't think I should be the one asking favors of you. Is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything that you're in need of? A gift? A reward?
There is more than. How do I put this politely? Our friendship did start out as that of a client and service provider, though they have grown closer than that. So I wouldn't say that there was necessarily any outstanding debt.
Well, then could a gift be given instead from a grateful mother?
A gift would be welcome. Thank you.
She extends out her hand towards you, looking like she wishes to shake your hand.
I will reach one of my how tall is she relative to how I'm sitting?
I mean, she's also sitting, so.
But you said I was sitting higher than I normally did, and
right. So
I will extend upper or whichever level is closer of my upper and lower arm.
lower arm would probably suffice. As she grasps onto your hand, what type of gift does one so skilled as you wish to have? There are many that I could give.
Oh, I understand. So you are intending a gift in the way of a boon of some potency rather than material. I understand.
If material is what you seek, I could provide that.
I am intrigued by the possibilities that the immaterial can provide, but I'm afraid I don't know what's normally in your bailiwick.
Many things. Many things.
Could you perhaps provide examples so that I can know the scope?
People have come asking for shelter, prosperity. Others have come looking for and asking for gifts to destroy those who seek to do them wrong. Those who wish to enact vengeance upon those that have done wrong unto them. Why do I get the feeling that would be you?
Those who have done wrong to me?
Vengeance upon. You strike me as, in the days of old, a knight who seeks out justice to those who have wronged, or justice against those who have wronged him.
I would. Elon's aware that this handshake is going on for a while, but he's like, "Okay, we can talk through this."
Like, I'm listening.
While I have indeed been wronged, I no longer feel as much animosity towards him who has wronged me, so seeking direct retribution doesn't quite sit right. I am still, to an extent, upset with them, but it is much more mild at this point. May I... I'd like some more time to ponder.
Of course. As she takes her hand back.
I'll use one of my other hands to like kind of scratch my cheek through my mask. Things I would be able to do with. It does seem like you're quite in a position to offer something. And I must consider this, and I will do so in a hurry, because I do not know how much time we have here.
She gives you a nod. With that, Slunda. Alright, let me get a change of music.
Da da da. It's gonna be bright and happy, right?
It's always
guess-
bright and happy. when
Yeah,
you
this
ask
is
us
bright
and
for
happy
right
traumatic
now.
memories.
In Philadelphia?
Always
Hmm.
sunny in Philadelphia.
It is in fact
You-
not. I live close by.
You are running down a pathway that you've run down many times. Outside playing with your siblings. Just watch your older sister hop onto a rock and then jump. What at your age seems like a great distance to another larger rock. She motions for you. Slunda, come on. You come try.
I follow.
You hop up on the rock. She's there smiling at you, motioning to jump over.
I jump over.
Roll an acrobatics check for me.
Cool. At my current, or do I subtract some if this is child me or something?
You can do it at your turn.
Okay. $23.
As you jump over, your foot catches on a slick piece of moss as you slip, scraping your knee pretty badly as you're about to fall off. Your sister reaches over, grabs your hand, and pulls you up. Ooh, that looks like it hurts. We should get you back. I'm sorry.
We just started.
Yeah, but Mom's gonna think I did that to you, and then you know what that's gonna mean for me. But if we go back now, maybe she'll think, oh, I would try and hide it instead of coming forward. You know?
What?
Never mind. You should go back. You should go give that looked at. That doesn't look too good.
Fine. Oh,
We'll be over here playing when you get back, Linda.
okay. I'll run back.
As you start hustling back, your knee is sore. Roll a dexterity saving throw.
That's a 5.
You start to pass through parts of the forest, and you can see your small village. As you're running down a hill, start to pick up speed as your foot catches on a exposed root as you go tumbling down the hillside, smacking your head a couple times. Arms get scraped up, back gets a little scraped. Your one leg knee that you had scraped is even more so scraped. Kind of trying to orientate yourself after falling. It's a lot of pain.
Oof. I'll try and push myself back up after a moment.
Okay. You're able to do that pretty easily. You can see fellow village members doing their daily tasks. No one seems to look at you or pay attention to the fact
Am I
that
in their view, or am I sort of like I haven't quite entered in yet?
you're on the outskirts of your village,
Okay.
so they're walking around
Gotcha.
doing
So
their daily tasks. They
there's
know
no
that-
reason for them to have noticed me necessarily.
I mean,
not.
besides probably the screaming
sound, yes.
pain. Yeah.
All right. And brush myself off and head toward I think probably to my aunt, honestly, because
Okay.
my mom's probably busy, and this is probably the kind of thing where it's like, if you go to the aunt when you're, in a little bit of trouble, it doesn't go straight to your parents. There's a chance for that
Uh-huh.
for it to not go back. You
Right.
get in trouble.
Uh-huh.
Get less of a
Are
talking
you
to
saying
about
this
it.
because you're an ant?
That has nothing to do with this. If anything, this has to do with being a child, although I don't remember being like this with my aunts either. Anyways, but yeah, I go try to go find my aunt. She's usually sitting, or doing some sort of, practicing some sort of art.
Start looking around the village for her. Head over to the hut that she has, and inside you see she is currently weaving together some baskets. She hasn't looked up, but you just hear her say, "What happened this time, Celinda?"
It fell.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did it hurt?
Yeah. But, shoot, I'm forgetting names. Give me 1 second to grab a name. Yeah. Minky said I had to come back on the rocks when we fell on the rocks, and then I slipped and fell again.
She puts down her basket and walks over to you. I don't see any tears having come off you. It's impressive. That's quite a beating you took there.
It did hurt.
Yeah, you're a tough one though, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. I'm tough.
Yeah. She just pats the top of your head and holds you by the shoulders as she's kneeled down and now just looking at you at eye level. You can do hard things, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Even when situations are telling you you have to make, you have to make the harder ones sometimes, right? Like having you wanted to make the decision to keep playing, but the harder one was to come here and talk to me, right? Listen to your older sister.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You did a good job listening to her, though. You really did.
I did.
Yeah. Are you always going to listen to your older sister?
Mm, yes.
She smiles. You should. Make sure you always listen to your older sister. She knows what she's doing. Okay?
Okay.
Sometimes you might be a little confused. You might not know what's going on. You might be in a scary situation. But your older sister is always going to be there for you, to look after you and protect you.
She didn't come with me though.
Did she look after you, though?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did she protect you from getting hurt further into the woods? Would be harder for you to get back to the village?
Yes.
Then she's doing what she was supposed to do. She can't always be with you. Your sister likes to be in the trees. She always has. Sometimes the trees can be scary.
You're not scary to me.
Yeah. You always remember that. The trees aren't scary, okay?
Okay.
Trees are our friends.
The trees are our friends.
They have a story to tell. Each one of them. Each one of them has life in them. Some have multiple lives in them. Did you know that?
Like birds in them?
Sometimes birds live with them. But no, I mean inside of them. The trees themselves. Just like you. Lots of things live within you, making you work and live.
Are there birds in me?
She shrugs her shoulders kind of playfully. I don't know.
Huh.
Maybe.
Are you playing?
Just trying to teach you a lesson for when you're older. I'm sure you'll remember it one day.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
Now, this is a really important thing. Sometimes your older sister's going to tell you to do something because she doesn't want to get in trouble, right?
Yes.
So who did she tell you to go and talk to?
I think she might have told me Mom, actually.
Yeah, she probably did. So you should go find your mother and let her know what happened. Alright?
Okay.
Gives you another pat on the head and a kiss on the cheek. Okay, you be off. I've got some more weaving to do.
Okay. Bye,
She-
Aunt Shernala.
Goodbye, Slinda.
I'll run off. To go tell Mom.
Okay. Passing by, or running off through the village to the other side, passing many of excuse me, the villagers. Many of them are carrying lumber around, or various baskets with fruits and vegetables that they've harvested today. Make it to your simple home. No one here really has an extravagant life, but going inside, you see your mother. She seems to just be sitting down on the ground, resting for a moment.
Mom, Minky said I had to come tell you that I scraped my knee.
How did you do that?
We were jumping on the rocks.
Mm. What have I told you about jumping on the rocks, Lunda?
Be careful?
Mm-hmm. She stands up and walks over. Oh, that doesn't look too bad. I think you'll be okay.
Ignoring the rest of my body beat up. See, I told her I shouldn't have to come back, but she said I had to come back.
Mm-hmm. You listen to your sister, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Good job. And who should you listen to first, though?
Mom?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, she sits down right in front of you, folds all four of her arms, looking at you. When I tell you to come home, it's time to come home, just like when your sister tells you, okay?
Okay.
All right. Big things happen here at home. Important things that we need to take care of. So, I'm not saying it now, but you need to come home in a little bit, okay?
Okay.
You can go out there and play for a little bit longer. When things start to get really dark, you come home.
Okay. So I can go back and play with Minky?
You can go play with your sister.
And he just darts out the door. Bye, Mom.
As you turn to say goodbye out the door, she stood up and she's now in the doorway. She waves her two right arms goodbye, and you see this slight shifting in her eye color to just this light yellow as she smiles at you. Bye. Remember, when I say to come home, you come home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flamel.
Hello.
Hello. You sitting right next to the table where your father is currently finishing up the process of creating 2878.
Question. Am I like aware of my life? Like, am I aware that I'm just in one of my own memories with all my other memories intact? Or am I just like, is it just going to be a replay? I just want to know.
Roll a wisdom. or a will save for me.
That's right. Let me see what my. Let's see.
Eleven.
It's kind of that situation where you're in a dream and you don't know you're dreaming. Just you're taller than what you were when 2878 was being built.
Taller?
Yeah.
Twins rebuilt me taller, guys.
Oh yes, they did. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
It's like you're present in the moment, but just little odd things. Flamel, or Nicholas, I should say, looks more aged than he should be. He's not really talking to you and just holding out his hand as you hand him various tools. Which is strange, because he usually talks to you as he builds and creates. Seems to be giving you kind of a cold shoulder right now.
Is something wrong?
There's always something wrong. But not with us. Just hoping that things will work better this time. As he goes in, some sparks fly out from 2878's chest.
Time.
I need you to go and get the box that I told you about in my study. Don't open it. Just bring it in. I think it's time.
Okay. I go get the box. Well, I'm suspicious now.
As you head out, you see the younger 2974 just kind of skipping through the halls as he looks at you. He still says I'm not old enough to come join him. I never really want to, though. It's not really my stuff. Not really my thing. Is he almost ready?
Just about.
That's exciting. What do you think he's going to be like? I hope he's not anything like you. I couldn't have two of you.
Thanks.
Goes and just slaps you on the side.
Wow.
But seriously, has Dad let you see any of the programming? Do you know what he's being uploaded with?
Oh, you know, none of that's going to tell you what it'll really be like. Personality is complicated, even for us.
Yeah.
Just remember, things will be different once he's awake.
What do you mean? What do you mean different?
You won't be the baby anymore.
Doesn't matter. So. Out of nowhere, you haven't seen this. He just reaches down and pulls out this odd-looking chicken, kind of featherless. At least I can blame the new one on having these instead of having them all confiscated by me.
Yeah, well, give it some time. It might matter to you and at some point.
I don't know what the problem was. I feel like you're just a jealous older sister. because you weren't the baby anymore, then you had the perfect younger brother. So,
Ooh. You think very highly of yourself.
why wouldn't I? If you were perfect, then Dad wouldn't have made me.
And if you were perfect, then he wouldn't have made the new one.
Correction. I am perfect, therefore he wanted more perfection, and he based the new one off of me. Good day,
Why is
as he
he
just
so
starts walking
perfect?
away.
One day you'll see that I'm right.
You see it, you watch as like the bald chicken turns and looks at you. He goes off.
Poor chicken.
You head into your father's personal study. All of these old clocks, which you don't remember having ever seen this before. This isn't right. You've never been here, but several pictures that have in picture frames that have been laid down on the desk, and at the center is just this black box, probably 5 inches long.
Wanna look at the pictures that are face down.
Start lifting them up. You see a picture of him holding a young child in his lap. It's in black and white. Looks like a much older version of Nicholas. Hair is thinning out quite badly. The next picture you look at is another one of him and this young boy. The next one is also him and a young boy. They all seem to be in the same, taking the same way, different outfits. Same Nicholas, just aging. But the young boy seems to be getting, he looks ill in each of them. And seems like his prognosis is getting worse and worse. On the back of one of the frames, you see just this little note. It says, I write this in case I one day forget you, which I hope to never forget you, my Peter. One day I'll bring you back. Someday, somehow.
I put everything back the way I found it, and then I take the box.
Okay. So you pick up the box. It's pretty light. You turn. You see this black cloaked woman standing in the doorway who wasn't there before. Has this black hood on her, but you can see this darkish, blackish purple skin of just the lower part of the face and these soft, elegant hands touching her face, just crossed, and she's leaning her chin into her hand, looking at you. Oh, I'm so sorry, my child. You had to go through this.
Who are you?
She takes a step forward. My poor Flamel. It's been hard watching him do this to you. I can't imagine how it feels for you.
Who are you?
She pulls back her hood, and you see this beautiful elven woman. I'm the one that he didn't want you to know about. kept me away from you for so long. I should say, kept you away from me. I know you're older now, and you probably wouldn't believe this, but I'm your mother.
I don't have a mother.
Is that what he's told you?
I'm a robot. Oh. Even the
Oh.
title of father is kind of honorary.
Oh, that would be him. Nicholas Grayson. Not telling the complete truth. You're much more than just a robot, Lamel.
Thanks. What do you want?
Just wanted to see my daughter. See how you were doing. To be here for you if you needed any help. It's a long, hard road ahead. It's a lot of pain.
Mm.
Roll another will save.
And it's even worse.
You find yourself now in the observatory of this lab, looking down. You see the correct time. You standing there, giving this box over. Like, you do remember giving the box to Nicholas. Not in that area that you had found that before, though.
Gotcha.
But this woman is standing by you, just looking down. He didn't treat you well, did he? Never satisfied. Always wanting just one thing. The
He
son
wanted
who
Peter.
passed. And he tried bringing you into this world to fill that void, and when he realized he couldn't, he tried another, then another, then another, but all he wanted was Peter, and he couldn't even give up Peter, could he? He put a piece of him inside each of you. Monster. A terrible father.
Yeah. That pretty much sums it up.
Abused you into not wanting to leave his side and do everything for him. Well, his motivations were selfish. One giant narcissist. I hate him too. I
Yeah.
hope you know that. I hate what he did to you.
I mean, thanks, I guess.
Still don't believe, do you?
I don't really know who you are. Being sorry for me doesn't really help me. No offense.
None taken. I knew it was. Have been trying to see you for so long. So long, but he just knew how to keep you away from me.
Yeah. He's a master manipulator. Well, almost.
Well, I don't want to leave you here too much longer, and these painful memories. But I just wanted to let you know that I'm here for you and with you if you ever want to talk.
Okay. Sorry, I don't really know what to do with that.
That's okay. You might someday.
He sucks. You seem kind. You seem polite. But it's a little bit late to walk in and say you're my mom. I've got a lot going on.
I know you do. The passing of a friend who isn't quite gone yet, but is. She wants to keep him around. Anger and resentment. The man who calls you his father, but was everything but fatherly to you. He knows more than he says.
Obviously.
If you ever want to know more about him, to understand him better, or to find ways of getting at him, all you have to do is ask. As she gives a polite bow and nod to you, starts walking out the door.
How would I contact you?
She turns around. Do you wish to get back in contact with me?
I don't know,
Well,
but I'd like to have the option in case I do.
there are several ways that you can, but you're always welcome to talk with your sister. She seems to have a pretty good connection to me, and she can help you.
My sister? I don't know if you've known. I'm not really able to talk to my siblings at the moment. It's kind of, remember the whole dad's a monster thing?
Not those made by the hands of Nicholas, but the one whose hand he has. As she disappears into the shadow.
What does that mean? What? What? His hand? His wife?
Yuan.
My stepmom can't be my sister.
I am my own grandpa.
I have so many questions. Who's what?
I thought that one was pretty obvious, but he has someone's hand.
I mean, I know what
I
he's
know what he
talking
means.
about.
Okay, gotcha.
In character,
I
Slunda doesn't even know
No.
that her hand was stolen. She just knows that it's a weird color now, but she doesn't know why.
right. Yeah, no, sorry.
Yeah.
I just thought you guys were confused.
We were just being in
My bad.
character.
Nope.
No, I appreciate
in
that.
character, Flamella's like, what the heck? Out of character. I know exactly who he's talking about.
Okay, gotcha.
Thanks for checking, though. It's
You're
always
welcome.
good to-
Much appreciated.
Listen, Cade's dumb stat is intelligence, not mine. Well, mostly not
Yeah.
mine.
Yes.
Flamella's like going through, she's like, hands. Wait. Wait a minute. This is gonna be how she figures it out and be like, Slunda, I think my dad might have stolen your hand. Because lady that thinks she's my mom said something weird, but
Hey, Bloop.
Yes. How are you?
So good, except from coughing right now.
Okay.
There we go. What? Okay. You find yourself your first job washing dishes on a beautiful ship, beautiful friends. It's been a long shift that day, and you finally get a bit of a break. Looking out the window, you can see just the vast expanse of
I don't think I can see out the window at all.
the astral plane. Oh, no, you're right. You can't at this point. Well, what would Bloop be doing in his moments of time off?
Well, I think at this point, since this was right after he left home, I think he's trying to learn to read Braille for the first time, or maybe like embossed letters and like learn how to read.
Okay. As you go to the ship's library, you're able to see what they have there, and you're sitting down, books piled up as you're attempting. Off in the distance, on the ship, you can feel some vibrations going through the entirety of the ship as it reaches you, but not quite sure what's happening right now. You see this woman walk up as you're deep in the books trying to learn. She's just peeking over the stack that you have. So this is how you spent your time. Wow.
What do you mean spent? This is currently how I'm spending time.
Oh, it is. That's true.
Wait,
How is
he's gonna make a sense motive, or he's gonna make either a sense motive or a perception check to make sure that he knows what's going on around him.
Vibe
This is
check.
current or past.
Will save?
Is it a will save?
Yep.
Oh, I'm not good at those, but we'll see.
Hey!
Natural 19, so we're 22.
As you snap, like your range of sight increases now as you are where you are, and you're reliving a moment that you've been in.
Oh, not this moment. Oh,
I'm sorry. You won't. We can stay here. All right.
Okay.
As a hand just goes onto one of your pseudopods to bring you comfort. Let's read together, shall we?
Okay. Well, I guess I can read better now.
You've come so far.
I suppose I have. Yes.
You've also lost so much.
I suppose I have. What's your name?
I really need to figure out a way of introducing myself because, or disbelief, or madness. But, Blip, do you remember the time before you left here?
I mean, yeah. I do.
Do you remember your father?
Caroline, yeah.
He wasn't very good to you, was he?
No.
He kept you away from me.
I mean, I suppose since this is the first time of me meeting you, I guess so. I don't have
Right.
anything to refute that.
I might not look like you, Blue, but you can call me Mom.
Hang on, where's that gif of the doing the mental math? There we go. All right.
Not in the standard way, obviously, but a part of Caroline and a part of me are you.
Bloop like looks her up and down. He's like, you're not made of lightning, are you?
No. But that was something that I had sent out. Caroline had gotten aggressive, and I was trying to defend myself.
Were you the entity that he was in combat with?
Correct.
And I'm player me is forgetting, but what was like the description of that thing again? I can't really remember.
There wasn't a lot of description as it was dark, but you did get glimpses of this large black, or like shadow of this large mass, kind of with, it seemed like it had a very solid base, like build, four-legged creature with some animalistic head and gross coming out of its back.
I would like to sense motive just to kind of get the vibe of this person.
Mhm.
Like, I haven't been alive for very long, but I
I
have
was
been
just born
told to stay
yesterday.
away from shadow monsters. 1d20 plus sense motive is. I like how I'm like the dumbest of our party, but I clocked that I was in a dream the fastest.
Yes. I mean, I didn't even
Like,
think
this
to
is-
clock that I was in a dream, but
I was like, this is
I was-
wrong.
I was-
What's happening?
I was like, yeah, I'll just roleplay it being a kid. It's fine.
Okay, 18.
Like,
is there any sort of like, ulterior motive?
You're not
Or
picking up on
perhaps-
any. That just seems like a genuine, sincere conversation of trying to introduce oneself and get to know you.
Okay. All right. Oh, I kind of always thought I was a product of parthenogenesis. I learned that word today, by the way. Well, I guess not today, but during this time.
I'm sorry that I hadn't come to you sooner. I know no child should have to go about their way trying to find their way without guidance from any parent. That is just cruel. And I've come to ask for an apology. I didn't know that you were alive, that you had been created.
The way you phrased that, DM, was a little funny.
Yeah, you said I've come to ask
your
for an apology.
Ask for forgiveness. Sorry.
Apologize
Just
for
met
being
you. I just found out you
born.
exist. Apologize to me, please.
No, sorry.
How
Ask
dare
for,
you
ask for forgiveness. Sorry, my brain. Words, they work. English hard.
Yes, it's good.
It was amazing.
Well, I mean, it's fine. Not
Not really.
well. Living on a ship with a bunch of sailors, you learn that a lot of them had kids they didn't know about very quickly. And you learn kind of the character of that person once they find out about that kind of stuff. Some people are react very positively. Everyone's shocked, of course, when it happens. But some people step up to the challenge and others shirk away.
That's what I'm trying to do. I know 43,000 years, there's a lot to make up for in that period of time.
Blue's just thinking, like, is she going to ask me to play catch, or...
I could if you wanted to.
Well, no, he was just thinking that.
And she answers.
Oh.
Oh, sorry, yeah, you're right. It is like... Yeah.
Oh,
I think you're right.
You're
Yeah.
talking about the date. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, is there a discrepancy here, or
No, this is just
okay,
DM brain, not DM braining.
cool.
I mean,
We can
I
also
wasn't
just
thinking
sit
about
and
that.
talk and get to know each other.
I mean, that would be nice.
It would be nice.
I'm just kind of, I guess my big question is, you know, my view of how it was created was not super glamorous.
That's
As
correct.
as a friend likes to put it, I'm a ball of walking snot.
You are much more than a ball of walking snot, Luke. You're someone who sacrifices everything for others, disregarding his own self.
Apparently, I'm not sure, but I guess this is something I have to come to terms with. But like, I'm a parent too. But it's different. I from what I understand is, you know, as I was adrift, parts of me flew off, and well, people say that I'm a Celamid. I don't know. I never knew of any other something being called Celamids, and then I met one the other, I guess, not too long ago, and they were nearly identical to me. And I don't know what to make of that. Kind of
If
had
you want,
a hard time. Go ahead.
well, I know of a place that you could go. A planet, a distant ways away from where you are or will be. But it's all just Selamids. The planet itself is a Selamid.
The planet is
yeah.
what? Say that again.
A haven
Come again?
for those who wish to be there. Ones who eagerly await their creator's return.
Does the planet have a name?
It does.
Do you know the name?
I do.
May I know the name?
I believe the term is mother may I no. I just
We just met.
I was just testing to see if humor how that would
Oh, okay. No, I get you. I get you.
sorry. New relationships. I'm trying to establish them and to show who I really am to you. But there is a name that I don't know why it's named it. Well, I do. It sounds very. It's just Sel. As an SEL.
Oh, with an S. Okay. Interesting.
But not the brightest minds named the planet when they discovered it, but it, the Empire that you know, it's not the. This it wasn't just some batch of numbers put together. So
I mean, fair. That's more thought and care than they usually give, from what I understand.
that it is. But if you wish to go there, I know there are probably many who would be welcome to see you. But there's a lot you have to do before then, isn't there? You're such a good friend, Bloop. You're such a good brother.
Wait, hang on. Whoa. That last sentence. You said brother?
I am your mother. There are those of you. There are those around you who are also my children, which makes you their brother. And not just a brother, but an older brother. Which means you have responsibility. I'm not going to tell you what you have to do.
You said
You
You said around me?
You've seen them.
In the glass way?
Some in the glass way, but those you travel with. You have a gift, Bloop. You can see your siblings.
Bloop is just having flashbacks. He's like, Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, I think I need time to process that information.
Of course. I'll let you be. I don't want... But if you wish to talk with me another time, you're always more than welcome to.
Sounds good. I appreciate that.
She stands up.
I think Bloop goes and gives her a hug.
Bloop.
As you give her a hug, she freezes for a moment, not knowing what's going on. Huh. Thank you. As she extends her arms out and gives you one in return. Wasn't expecting that. You're a good one. And, well, let's say I could feel it in your heart, but that might not be the best phrase.
It's a metaphor, I understand.
Alright, very good. You'll have to be patient with those on Cell. They don't understand metaphors.
What? Oh no.
Don't worry, you're with Slunda. Slunda already.
You've been getting your practice in. Slunda's just practice for the real challenge.
At least she
whole
understands
planet.
Gestothan metaphors, but
Yes. For her, it's a
Your
translation
progeny.
issue.
Keep protecting your sisters, alright?
Will do.
Don't forget to take care of yourself. It's a heavy burden, protecting others, but you have stuff to live for too, Blue. As she vanishes.
I think the thing he dreads most from that exchange is just an entire planet of people that don't understand metaphors and how he's gonna have to explain himself 40,000 times.
Oh, that's funny.
I Psychotic.
Back out in this strange area, Cade and Ewan. Still sitting at this vine-like table. Unfortunately, my friends. Oh, I should ask, is it okay if I use that term? Friends.
It's fine with me.
Alright.
Yes, I'm quite fine with that.
I feel that the others are starting to stir from their rest, and you won't be here much longer. I'm very sorry that we didn't get to chat longer and get to know each other. I feel like I got a good judge of your character. I'm impressed by both of you.
Thank you.
You on the offer will always stand for what you have done for my children. If there's something that I can do for you, let me know.
How am I to get in contact with you? As I ask the same question everyone else has.
Well, I can give you something in order to do that. Or you can speak to Splinda, and she should be able to help you.
All it
That
costs
would work.
is surgery. Major, life-threatening surgery. It's fine.
Brain surgery.
Cade's just gonna lean in towards Ewan and go, "Weren't you all trying to bring a dead guy back to life? She seems like she might be someone you could talk to about that." And I'll just like lean back and like highlight goddess on my notebook again. Just like, yep.
I'll just look at the madam over there.
I make it a habit not to listen in on private conversations.
That's fair. He presented something that I've not. Alright, above table. A, how much do I remember about Drusus? And yeah,
In here, you seem to remember most of everything about Drusus, as you didn't wander off and were with him.
Ugh.
okay.
Kind of want everyone to forget about Drusus except for Cade, who met the corpse for like half a second, and it's just like, you guys were so obsessed with bringing this guy back. What's going on? And everyone's like, what? And he's just like, what are you talking about?
Just
dead
the
guy.
Praetorian, or not the Praetorian, the Mycelium Misfits with what was
Oh my
Coral's
God.
character? Or Chronica was like, here, naked man in your brain, and then naked man got erased from all our memories.
Yes. And I was the only one who remembered. That was terrible. And, like, was there for like a session and had the worst time.
And I'd not consider that, Kate, but I don't. I'll put that on my considerations too. Thank you. I have lots to consider with this.
You don't have to make it permanent. You can ask, and I can simply tell if it's within my ability to do it.
Well, he just suggested I'm not sure how well aware you are of events outside of these woods.
I've become more aware. In some areas, I'm very aware. Others have been blocked off, but the area that you're in, I've become more.
Ah. Well, my friend here just referred to my other friend, Drusus,
Hmm.
who has passed, and he was wondering by proxy if is bringing people back within your capabilities?
There's another smile. This one a little longer. I know of Drusus. Well, my husband knew him better than I did. Fortunately, I can only give life and create it. Bringing it back, though, it's my husband. It's actually what I was going to ask about once we'd gotten to know each other. Seems that he's trapped where you are. And I understand, Ewan, that you have things that you need to go and do. But he's been unlawfully trapped.
What can we do? What does he look like? How can we rescue him? This doesn't sound good.
I am not quite sure course of action. He keeps to himself as of recently, or he had. I know that I had seen glimpses of one. There was. I think there was one trying to help him escape, but didn't know how. I believe he is in there with you, working for him in his shop.
So your husband is a shopkeeper currently in the timescape thing?
Glassway.
He is correct.
Glassway. Glassway, that's a weird name.
Yes. Didn't know what else to do, so that's what he started doing.
I'll just lean in towards Ewan. Gods typically like to make deals, so that makes sense.
Wait, what?
Nothing. I'll explain later. No, I'm gonna ruin everything.
Don't worry, it won't mess up the next campaign, since the next campaign won't be in this universe.
That's why we have to jump universes, because we keep doing these things.
But don't. I don't think he can be broken out just yet. So if you would just at least find him for me, check on him, and see how he's doing.
So he's running. Wait,
Should we tell him
DM.
to say hello?
My brain is not braining. We've all been to the shop, right?
You have been to the shop.
And Thunder was there. He said he was
So-
put there, but I think the person he works for was out.
There's multiple shops though.
The shop above Umpo's bar.
Okay, never mind. Okay, that's that one. I was thinking of the vendor who was giving out.
Those aren't shops. Those were market stalls. There was only one
Well, I
shop.
understand.
Although he could be one of the vendors at the market stalls, he might not be tending the shop. He might be at the market
that's true.
stalls.
Maybe he was the one who gave that Bloop gave the statue to.
He's the one. He's the guy that. There's a guy that I can't ever see the face of, right, with the long hood.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe he was also manning a market stall.
Yeah, that seems pretty likely to be him.
But Umpo's but like Tunder's shop is like the main thing that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it isn't Tunder's shop. Tunder is just assisting with it.
There.
Oh, I thought Tunder was the proprietor of the shop.
No. He's like, I'm helping out.
He said he felt like
the Yellow King literally just owns a little like antique shop in a prison outside time and space.
highly
And he has
cursed
free
items.
therapy. He has free therapy just right there.
Yes.
And Thunder has quite the clientele list. Just saying.
His therapist comes recommended by Asmodeus himself.
Right.
Look, Thunder has
This is the Yellow King now.
Thunder's probably been therapist to both sides of the celestial and demonic divide.
The
as
real
well.
reason he's in the Glassway, like the joke about like that somebody, like
Prometheus.
dragged Prometheus over, and Prometheus is like, I don't want anyone to bring him here. I'm shoving him in this in my little prison so he won't bother me. so that nobody
It's
can
so
force him.
embarrassed. I almost drowned you once. Backslap. Accidentally backslaps him into the glassway.
There's a little more than that,
Oh
but
my gosh! Wait a second. What if he put Okay, early Prometheus was about like rehabilitation and like.
Oh
Good
my
with
gosh!
Oh my
maybe
gosh!
he did it on purpose to try and rehabilitate them. It didn't work.
We never asked Thunder how he got there, did we?
Oh, well,
We
had
might
no
have, but
cause
usually he's
to.
just like, I don't know, I just kind of showed up here.
Yeah,
There's
there's
still
that.
30 minutes left. There's still 30 minutes left in the session. We can end this and then go see him immediately.
I was just gonna say, like, think about it. What if Prometheus is like, listen, Thunder, I want to give you a job opportunity. I've got all these people who need to talk about their feelings. Far away from where you can snitch on. I mean, far where you can help people. Now just come here and I'm just gonna stab you with this sword, metaphysically.
Oh my gosh.
Boy.
I'm gonna free the
Oh,
Yellow
hang on.
King, guys.
Wait, the Yellow King might recognize Bloop.
Mm.
Because Bloop saw the party briefly for a moment. Did the Wild Hunt also appear then disappear shortly thereafter because they were in that spot?
You saw
Yes.
the party in the astral plane. The Yellow Hunt didn't make, or the Wild Hunt didn't make
The
it
Wild-
there.
Well, I figured that he was popping in right after we were leaving places.
Yes. That, yeah.
And he's like, "Gosh, dang it! They keep leaving." I didn't think this was a possibility.
Anyway, to drag us back into the
Oh no,
narrative,
this is okay. This
but
is
I
great.
love it. I could go either way, honestly, because brain is freaking out.
I mean, if you guys want to stop here, we can.
No!
So I want to see the Yellow King.
Okay.
I want to stop by the shop.
Well, we'll
Uh,
see if you can make it to the shop.
So you say he works at a shop in the Glassway. Okay. We might have met him. Does he sell items of probable malignant enchantment?
I haven't spoken to him for quite some time, so I'm not sure what he's selling right now.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm sorry. Do you is there some business side of me speaking here? Is there some, while not a token or a passcode, because we only know you as Madam till now. You mentioned some reluctance with names. Is there some way to present the message and authenticate it with him?
I could leave you with something.
Or quite frankly, wait. Would he recognize one of your progeny? It sounds like they're not his progeny, but yours. Would that be a clear indicator, or?
Fortunately, none here have connections to him. These are just my children.
Okay.
But
Well, whatever
the
message
vines-
you want to pass along and token, we can probably do that.
the vines on the table, the bowl shrinks back into the table as some vines start to weave themselves together, looking shape, and I'll paste that in the chat so you guys can see. As it separates from the table,
Oh.
you can hand this to him, and he'll know that you're friends of me.
Understood.
Well, I think it's time that I go and you go.
It was nice to meet you, madam, and I will bow.
She also bows at the same time. The pleasure was mine.
I'll also
Okay.
bow, because that's also a thing that Elon does.
And D1. It was very
Thank you, ma'am.
pleasurable to be here to speak with both of you. I do believe we do have great things in store with us. And for us if we continue down this path.
I look forward to it.
As do I.
I look at Ewan. If you look at my eyes, Ewan, you just see nothing but like a rabid fervor. We just met a god. No.
Flamel,
Yeah.
what are Flamel's wants and wishes right now? If Flamel could be anywhere, where would it be?
If Flamel could be anywhere. Oh, she really.
Oh no, you're gonna yoink us out of the glassway. We won't get to see
Maybe,
thunder.
because maybe she's not like trying to do that, but I mean, she does specifically want to be with her friends wherever they are.
Uh-huh.
But part of that is that she's trying to bring back Drusus. So probably a place where she could get some of the ingredients for the Lazarus serum is where she would like to be.
Wonderful. Roll a D100 for me.
I'm very sorry, everyone. This might. Don't know where we're going. 94. That could be great.
Or that could be horrible.
Slunda.
It's gonna be horrible.
Yes.
If Slunda could be anywhere right now, where would she be?
Oh boy, it's a rollies.
We're
Rollies.
gonna fight. Whose desire is strongest?
Just in the consciously or subconsciously is the thing.
Consciously.
Consciously, somewhere safe. where a rest can be taken. I don't know that she's thinking of a specific place, more of a vibe, and with the people that she cares about.
Roll the D100 for me.
Cool.
Question is high or low gonna be the winner?
That's an 82.
Oh my!
Give it to me. I'll change time. No.
If you could be anywhere right now, where would you want to be?
We all gonna get split up.
No, I'm not splitting.
The ultimate split the party.
Oh my god!
We're all in different
Yeah.
points of time. and
Light years apart. We're just light
Yes.
years apart.
Yeah, no, I'm not keeping track of that.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, the DM would not do that to himself.
Yeah.
No,
I'm like I
absolutely
said,
not.
everyone's like, yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Okay, so
Are you
we're
asking me,
going.
DM?
I am asking you, Bloop.
Yes. Hang on. Well, sorry, I'm going to respond to my dad really quick. Bloop is very concerned about. He knows that other things have begun to forget Drusus, and he doesn't. Not that he's aware that he has forgotten certain things, but he does not want to forget anything. So either concerned with reviving him, or anywhere that he could retain his memories. Maybe back on the ship, maybe somewhere near someone who can bring him back or something.
Okay. Alrighty.
Who's dragging us where?
I will say,
I think-
Slinda. Well,
I was going to say, Flamel and mine are pretty similar in interest and goal. Not that he knows what Lazarus serum, where that would be or how that would work.
Yep. A1.
Yes.
If you could be anywhere right now, where would E1 be?
Oh, Jiminy Cricket.
Ooh, not just tree people get to roll.
Nope.
Quite frankly, he was just given a task. And he would like to be in short order at the shop in the Glassway, perform this task, and then promptly out of the Glassway, maybe with still a little bit of time left to prepare for capturing Malvius.
Roll 2 D100s for me.
Oh boy.
ooh. You get extra rollies.
$104.
6 and 98.
Oh boy.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
So you matched my roll. You got tied for the lowest, and you're currently at the highest.
Hmm.
Oh my.
Cade. Where would Cade like to be right now?
Where would Cade like to be right now?
Home telling his wife
Aid.
all about the goddess he met.
Would like to be home with his wife and child. Or I guess he'd like to be at home so that he could first debrief, tell the Emperor of all the crazy things that just happened, and then tell his wife and kid all about it, and maybe relax for a little bit. But,
Yes,
but don't,
I
just definitely home.
the DM put Cade in here so that way it could just be the campaign as he wakes up from a dream.
Can
No.
you guys imagine? I rip you back through time. Now
Oh
it's
my
become a
gosh.
game of prevention.
Is this
Well,
how
I'm
the
just
incident is
imagining it's like the lost year again.
It's a lot
No,
of
thi-
kids.
this is the way that we get the Day of Blood. Is he sends us back
That's how
in
we
time,
get
and
Days
then
of Blood.
it's actually
We
us.
inhabit other bodies.
Well, that's actually kind of what's going to happen, but I'm not planning it happening right now. But you're on the right track.
Aha!
Yes.
So,
Kate, roll the D100 for me.
Middle
Alright.
of the road.
Middle of the road.
Because it might not necessarily be highest or lowest either,
it
but...
might just be whatever number he. Oh. Ah!
Oh, Fitch!
Oh. Oh my.
I think 29 is still
Reroll.
closer to 55.
No, there were 2 other people in the tree.
Oh,
right.
Oh, right.
Oh,
That was.
Tristari and
Oh,
Chronicler.
no.
Oh,
no.
They're. Mhm.
I thought for a second that was the DM deciding who gets what they want, and
I was
that's
gonna say,
Ew.
fate has decided. Back in time we go.
That was.
It's quantum leap.
Well, now that you put that
That was
idea in my head, I love that idea.
I just want to
so now
say,
he's going to do it.
I imagine that it would be a lot like the show Quantum Leap. That if none of you
I
have
love
ever
Quantum
seen,
Leap.
I was gonna
Oh, I
say,
love Quantum Leap.
Could you just imagine us being thrust back in time, back into different bodies?
Uh-huh.
It's not even the same
Oh my
us.
gosh.
I'm just imagining
That'd be
Plan B
crazy.
showing up in your front room.
What do no?
Yeah, have fun explaining that to your wife.
Listen,
We're all like,
listen.
whoa.
Oh wait, first off, you have to imagine. I show up with a robot, a booger, and 2 4-armed aliens.
Yes. And you're bald.
She would. Oh my gosh, she would have a heart attack.
And Tristari, a dark
okay,
elf.
is this your wife? Oh yeah, Tristari and Chronicler.
Bloop and E1. Roll another D100 for me.
Oh boy.
Oh no, what
I
you
mean, to
gonna
be
do?
fair, going to the shop is pretty close. Like, not that Blue knows that's what he wants, but like that would be pretty close to accomplishing the ultimate goal, I believe. If that's what she was saying, would help. But oh wow,
Oh.
Okay. Wonderful. Those that are in there, it's like waking up after a long, peaceful rest, which each of you get. Yep, the effects of a long rest.
yeah.
Yay.
Oh,
For
thank
those of you not in the tree, the area around you, the mist starts to part. The trees seem to shrink into the ground before all that's left is the one tree with your friends in it. The woman before you gives a quick nod. It's time to go. Until later, each of you.
Thank you. I make sure to eat a couple more of the fruits and nuts in case they disappear.
Shoving them in the mouth. Mouth just filled with ash now, but tastes so good. And she
Delicious ash.
disappears into the shadows. In her spot sits a smaller tree. With it looks like a young boy reaching out, up kind of towards where Flamel is, as those trees sink back into the ground. As each of you start to open your eyes, as you are all together. E1, roll a dex save, or yeah, that is dex save.
Okay. If it is the cart, I'm going to just... If it's the cart, I've already decided that I'm just going to jump up on top of it. like ride it
Assuming
for a
you
moment,
succeed
and
on the
say
deck.
I
hi.
still need you to make a deck save.
I'm just saying, like, I was already from plan to do that if it's the cart. If it's not the cart,
Okay.
that's a different thing. That is a +4 reflex. Yeah, it's a 23.
Okay. We changed the music because we don't need creepy.
Yay!
Okay.
Yay.
Okay, so friendly goat mom acquired.
Hmm.
And like we went over to your mom's house,
Hmm.
and she made us food. So your mom seems pretty cool.
You know,
Weird.
as,
Are we all woken up?
yeah, as you guys all come to, opening your eyes, assessing the situation, you've been here at the crossroads. Ewan, you hear the cart before you see it as it's heading down, right about to nick you, or crash into you. So you roll acrobatics check for me.
Acrobatics.
Yeah, you guys all wake up in the glassway, but Kate opens his eyes and he's back home. No.
Well, that's a 24.
As you jump up on the cart, landing behind this pink Skidamander, who... Do you speak Skidamander?
No, I speak.
All right. Is just setting out all this and yelling at head. Two of its arms are up in the air, just shaking at you.
I will. Hang on.
If I'm near enough, I have like a comprehend languages, although I can only do it on myself. Spoken or signed words.
I will pat them on the shoulder and say, "It's okay. Calm down." And then I'm just gonna roll off the back of the cart.
The cart moves on as they're still just shouting at you as it heads up towards further down the street towards Mr. Big's castle.
I'll kind of walk back the short distance I rode the cart. So, y'all are siblings?
I
What?
didn't know.
Already hugging.
We
both.
met your mother. She is a goddess. You didn't tell me you were all siblings. Blue, what sort of
We're not
contraption are you?
exactly. What? He's not a contraption.
Well, you were all robots, I assumed.
I'm
She
a
did-
robot.
I'm not a
She did
robot.
clarify that wasn't the case.
Mm,
But if
She was
she's a
vague.
goddess, and I'm not quite familiar with how anyone other than Prometheus would work as a god, would that
I'm
make
not
them
sure
like
what he's talking about.
demigods?
Exactly. And I just point at them and I
Right.
go, children of gods, those created by a higher being. And to think her husband is trapped in that glassway, in the glassway.
Where we are
What?
still in the glassway.
Yes, but I
Okay.
don't know where the shop she's talking about is. With the
We do.
We
assistant.
have a lot we
What?
should talk about.
Okay.
Let's move out of the street, and give you a quick download of what we experienced, because we've finally been to that creepy tree place. That
You were a tree.
Yeah.
I
Blip is
wasn't.
gonna like.
Usually I see
hold
when I'm a
onto-
tree. I was a tree?
Kate looks crazed. You were a tree. You were all
I'm
the
going
same
to-
tree.
DM, I'm going to put my lower hands on Cade's shoulders and my other hands on his temples and kind of the Vulcan mind meld pose, like bring him in to focus on me. Say, hey,
Also,
you need to breathe. Breathing is good. Remember breathing? Okay, we're gonna
Yes.
go in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Okay, ready?
No, wait, I just did it. What? Oh, wait, is Chronicler there?
Chronicler is not there.
Is
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 Tristari there?
Tristari there?
Tristari is here.
Why?
She's
Do I have Chronicler's brain?
I turned to
you
Tristari
do
and
have
I'm
her
like,
Chronicler's brain in your hand.
I do. Okay,
Oh.
great. I
so technically he is,
Oh, okay, yeah, that sense, yes, he's there.
but not.
I look at that. I'm like, huh. And I'm just gonna stash that in my secure torso compartment.
Plops open.
Bloop is gonna hug like Flamel and Slunda and Tristari and be like,
Okay.
Ohana means family. Family means no one gets left behind. Also, don't ever do the what were the twins telling you to do? With the transference, is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, don't do that. That's bad.
What seeming
Haven't really had a chance to tell you about that.
problematic?
We had some concerning revelations about it whilst
Also, those are also our siblings. Or my sibling. Yeah, our siblings. I point to the siblings and let's say us.
Wait, who?
The twins?
No, not the twins. The people they already transferred that were stashed in a building.
the personnel.
Okay.
They look like they have spoons for heads a little bit.
Interesting.
They are all also robots.
This is a
I
concerning
was-
place.
I
It is very concerning. It's a prison. I
Right.
think.
That's right. You were watching, and then you grabbed because there was the Chronicler, the
I
prison.
just wanted to keep him from scheming while I figured things out. This place is apparently a prison, so we should probably talk about what to do before we
A
let anybody
prison?
out of here that isn't us.
Uh, should we go to like the Hour House to not have this conversation in public,
Is-
or
Is Rosie okay?
we
You were
did
saying
Wait.
This is Linda speaking.
get Rosie out. Yes, she didn't come with us to the forest though, so I don't know. I presume that she might still be back at the Psycho Hex, unless if well, time
Probably.
hasn't passed here, so she might still
Wait.
be there. She might not be.
Cade looks at Flamel. This is a prison?
I think so.
What do you think so? Because that means
Let's.
something that your mother said very concerning.
Your mother? What?
She said her
Mm.
husband was trapped here
Ye-
legally.
Right. Yeah.
That means he was
if
arrested and is a prisoner, which means he is not a good. Wait.
yeah, that is concerning.
She did
That does not
clarify
make me
that.
trust her more. Exactly.
You mean
Except-
either-
I don't know. Okay.
She did clarify that this husband was not in your paternity.
like I said, a stepdad.
Yeah, sure, yes.
I'm starting to think she was
Okay,
the goddess I thought
look.
she was. Which makes sense
wait.
because a goddess of fertility with a bunch of dead trees doesn't make any sense.
What?
That does sound strange.
God? Goddess? What is?
That's not what's weird
Now-
here.
It's an old word. It's an old word.
I'm an old man.
No,
apparently.
No, I understand
so-
the word goddess. I'm just a little confused. You're all going on about things that I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm gonna be You know what? Wait. Hang on. Above table, counting, because I'm dumb and
Mhm.
not able to. Bloop. No, I don't need Cade. But there's
What?
Bloop, Flamel, and Slunda, and wait, and
Starry and
Okay.
Chronicler? Oh wait, who are you talking about?
Oh, Tristari. Okay, which means I can drop Cade. Wait, but it doesn't say that I have to touch them. Okay, everyone, take a hold of one of my hands. We're gonna get this over with.
Okay.
Okay.
Chisari
I'd
puts
like
her
to
hand up.
say- Oh, go ahead.
Oh, she joins. She's looking very confused. Hasn't really said anything as there's a lot of.
Mhm.
Just
Okay, and then I'm going. Well, I'll make sure that we're out of the street first, because
Pass.
getting hit by the car again would not be smart. And I will use my spell-like ability, Mind Link, to rapidly disseminate. So it's not quite Encode Thoughts, but it kind of is Encode Thoughts. But and I'm just going to, because it says I can communicate information rapidly through it. It does not say anything about it being one way or anything like that. So I'm just going to be an information superhighway.
oh, I love it.
Funny
And,
coming from one of the organic members of the group.
Yes.
Mhm.
This is my one almost telepathic / mental ability out of the group. Come to think of it.
Nice.
This is Ewan showing that AI will never take over.
Yes.
I am the internet.
I just need to be touching everyone.
as there is a biological shock that goes through everybody's mind simultaneously, as all thoughts that you wish to share are shared amongst the group.
I'm assuming that not only is this isn't a one-time dump of everyone's thought space to everyone. This is giving us the ability to have a conversation rapidly.
Yes. Correct.
Bloop has a thought, which is one. He's not everyone here is a fan of the Empire, right?
Mhm.
No.
And
Yeah, people trying to eat my soul or whatever.
yeah, and I guess one thing that Bloop really isn't necessarily saying is how much he hates Caroline.
The sentiment is very there.
Mhm.
You all receive an immense amount of angst towards my dad. And he would so love to meet his stepdad.
Oh
Flamel has a very different feeling where Flamel's feeling is like, yeah, I've had one person who claimed to be my parent and they just wanted to use me, so I'm not interested in adding another so-called parent to that list.
So are we just all like emotionally mind melded?
Well, it's not just emotions. It's also
It's
full-on
actually-
thoughts. It's information. So
So Slender's like, wait, who's you have a stepfather? I thought you what? That's not
so
understanding.
according to Ewan, our mother, I will put air quotes, has a husband, and I have my own father. But I'm technically the biological son of him, and I believe some sort of son to her. But if she has this husband, then it wouldn't necessarily be a stepdad.
Wait,
Also,
go back. Our mother? What?
Yeah, there was some lady that said that you were my sister. I don't think she gets to decide that for me, personally.
she also said you were my sister, and that I am supposed to keep protecting all of you.
I mean,
You
that's
gotta hand it
nice.
to you.
But
She didn't say anything like that to us. She was just like, "Wish we could get to know you." Oh wait, they're waking up. Goodbye.
well, she did say that you all, I'm also including Tristari in this, and I guess Chronicler as well, but like I'm also mentioning Chronicler in my thoughts, are her progeny of some kind. So she's using that linkage as a motherhood link, and so that makes you all siblings according to her definition.
Wait,
I
wait,
can
and I
also
said
tell who's siblings and who's not.
I tried to describe. I'm like, wait, is it? And I described the lady that I saw right before I had to get surgery. That I talked to in my
Yes.
brain.
Oh,
Exactly her. How'd you know?
That's the one.
So before I woke up and gosh, does Slunda even realize exactly that she just knows that she woke up and had surgery, I guess. Trying to figure out if what you said, DM, you said that Slunda was like conscious after the surgery or just like, or was she conscious during the surgery? Like,
After.
okay, after. Yeah, she just woke up. I don't know if she even realizes that she had surgery. She's like, yeah, well, we were talking, and then I was going to... I'm missing some time in my day. But it was before when we were talking about the twins wanted to do stuff, and I was like, I think I have some souls in me. I'll ask them. And then I got her instead. And then when I woke up, then it was when I got kidnapped.
Yeah, your brain started bleeding, so I had to do brain surgery on you.
I helped. I held you.
Bloop was
Nice.
there.
I was there.
Well, thank you.
I actually
Yeah,
used
you're
it as an
welcome.
opportunity to learn.
She
Also,
did
I
say
would like
something
to
about
hear-
body not being strong enough yet or something. I didn't understand.
I would like to hear what Tristari is thinking of right now, though.
Yes, Linda would also check in on Tristari.
Okay, so you get thoughts and emotions, right?
Information.
Yeah.
You get information.
And I'm including that in the emotions and thoughts, structured or not, in information.
There's a lot of joy behind her words. I finally feel like I have a place. I mean, I already knew I belonged with you, but it makes sense why I clicked with all of you so well. And then it turns to sadness. What if you... And Flamel, you feel like this is being directed towards you. You don't feel like what she said was true, or if you don't want to have siblings. I understand that. That's a
Sorry,
lot.
look. I have siblings. And we have a really complicated relationship and a really terrible dad. And I don't want that with any of you. You are all like a family to me, but not that kind. And also not because she said anything. I don't know what she wants. I don't know what she's trying to do. So
I don't either, but maybe it's a good place. Questions can be answered. You don't get
Maybe.
answers without questions. I don't know.
Speaking of
Just- I don't-
questions, apparently asking her name can be dangerous. I think that might be what happened to the me that killed everybody on Akaton.
Pretty
Hmm.
one, and I go, good thing I didn't ask her name.
Well, that wasn't you on Akaton, if I don't remember correctly. It was just an amalgamation that had 4 arms. I compared it to a Kasath, and
Oh no,
but
this
I don't think it
wasn't.
was.
You're not. So that's the Dark City or something like. I forget the exact name. I'm talking about Akaton. Like, remember when Chronicler did the whole puppet show of here's how all of your past selves were terrible.
Oh, okay.
So one of my past selves on Akaton, at least once going back to Akaton, had like killed everybody.
Hmm.
Ah,
And
He's
with
like, yeah,
that,
Cade, you didn't ask for her name. You asked her if she knew people.
You know, that's fair. I think I must have. I assumed, and I shouldn't have done that.
with that, that's where we're going to end tonight's session, everyone. Thank you
Right.
so much.